All right, let's do this. In just the next few minutes, we're going to build your very first real conversation in Arabic, totally from scratch. We'll hit the big three, talking about family, age, and work. Ready? Let's get started. So what's the goal here? It's simple. I want you to walk away from this with the key phrases you need to actually introduce yourself and ask someone about their life. Sounds good, right? Okay, let's jump right in. Okay, first things first. Before we even look at a single word, we have to talk about mindset. Seriously, learning a new language, it's not about being perfect. It's really just about being able to connect with someone and making a little progress every single day. So here are a few things to keep in your back pocket. Number one, we're going to focus on the most popular, most common phrases. Why? So you actually get understood out there in the real world. Two, try not to stress about perfection. Just aim to be a little better than you were yesterday. And hey, if you get stuck, remember how far you've already come. You're learning a whole new language, and that is awesome. Okay, now that we've got our heads in the right space, let's get to the fun stuff, laying our foundation. You know, every conversation is really just built out of words, like Legos. So let's look at the essential building blocks we're going to be using today. All right, let's break these down. First thing you'll probably notice is that number 3 in Mu'allim. What's that about? Well, it's a super common way to write a specific Arabic sound, the ayin. It's kind of made from the back of your throat. So we have Mu'allim for teacher, Muhandis for engineer, then ibn for son, and the plural abna for sons. Kam means how many, and the super easy word for and is just wa. Feel free to hit pause here if you want to soak these in for a second. Okay, got those words in your mental toolkit? Great, because now we can actually start building some really useful phrases. We're going to start with 2 classic topics, family and age. Pay close attention here because this is one of the most fundamental concepts in Arabic. The word for you actually changes depending on who you're talking to, a man or a woman. So to ask a man, how many children do you have, you end it with ka, ladei ka. But if you're asking a woman the same question, you end it with ki, ladei ki. It's a tiny change, but it's absolutely crucial. And trust me, you're going to see this pattern pop up again. So, someone asks you that question. How do you answer? A really straightforward response is, ladeiya thalatha abna. That just means I have 3 children. And here's the quick tip. Even though abna literally means sons, it's very commonly used to just mean children in general. Super useful to know. And look at that, there it is again, that same ka and ki ending we just talked about. See, you're already spotting the patterns. And notice the 3 for that ain sound is back. So to ask a man his age, it's kam umro ka. And for a woman, kam umro ki. Seriously, once you get this pattern down, you've basically unlocked a giant piece of Arabic grammar. It's a huge win. Okay, here's a great way to not just answer, but to keep the conversation flowing. You can say, Ladaya thrashun aman, which basically means, I am 20 years old. But then the magic part, you add wa anta, which just means, and you. That simple little phrase turns a question and answer session into a real 2-way dialogue. All right, so we've covered family, we've covered age. What's the next logical step in pretty much any conversation you'll ever have? That's right, asking about what someone does for a living. So the go-to question to ask a man what he does is simply, ma ta ta'amal. It's very direct, no fluff. It just means, what do you do for work? And now we get to use those vocabulary words we learned earlier. See, it all connects. To say, I work as a teacher, you'd say, a'mal ka mu'allim. Or you could start with the word for I, which is ana. So you could also say, ana a'mal muhandis, for I work as an engineer. Both ways are totally fine, totally correct. Okay, this is the moment we've been building towards. We have our mindset, we have our vocabulary words, we have our key phrases. Now, let's put all those pieces together and see what an actual conversation looks like. And here's how it flows. Imagine person A starts by asking a man, Kam ibnan ladaika. Person B comes back with, Ladaya thalatha abna, wa anta. And just like that, person A can jump in with their own info. A'mal ka mu'allim. Or, see? Boom. You've just connected all the dots and had a genuine back-and-forth exchange.
So there you have it. You've officially got the building blocks for a real Arabic conversation. You have the tools now to ask about family, age, and work, and just as importantly, to answer for yourself. So I guess the only question left is, now that you can introduce yourself, what are you going to ask next?